Alrighty everybody, so my name is Darren and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to, let's say, not talk about or think about or consider the neck tic or the neck back tic, but we're going to practice some of the artistry of bringing about a relaxation in the back of the neck. So if we have a tic like this, our neck's moving like this, and this is a common one, especially for younger children, and even when we grow up into our teens and adulthood, it might move and change a bit. Ultimately, this can be a really big one. And man, it's frustrating, huh? Man, it's frustrating. So what's happening from an energetic perspective is that we have currents of energy moving through our body all the time. In India, they call these energetic currents prana. In China, they call them chi, right? We might call them in the Western scientific world Pisa, electricity. There's different words for the currents that move through us. In fact, if we go even deeper, right, into our understanding of reality, we could say everything is energy because we live in a quantum field. We live in that which is just energy. But when it comes to our body, it's like we have currents moving through us all the time, and at some point, blocks have occurred. At some point, little bits of tightness, tension, trauma, or holding or gripping has created blocks in our system. And this is when different tics end up happening for those of us who are really sensitive. Okay, so energy is moving, somewhere we're holding and stopping the current, and then we have to move this thing. It's like to get some sort of fix or connection or like reverberation of what's going on. We use language to try and describe what's happening, but ultimately this is a condition that's so subtle and so deep that language, it's hard to try and put language to describe this condition. If we had put consistent, easy language to describe this condition and come up with a clear solution, the doctors would be selling it to you right now very easy. But unfortunately, that's not the case. It's been quite a ride in learning to heal this myself, which I have done. And I know many others are too. And I know that if you're watching this video, you believe that you can change something here as well. So we're going to play with this at the back of the neck. What we're going to do is we're going to tune in. So follow along with me if you would like to. Please don't watch this video going forward now thinking that you're just going to consume information. Consuming more information does not heal this condition. I'm going to say that again. Just learning more and putting it into the brain won't heal this condition. Right? I tried that for a long time. Just learning more doesn't change things. We have to learn it, embody it, practice it, change our behaviors. That changes our life, our unfolding, our existence. It changes our health. So we've got to change, act differently. So here's what we're going to do. What's most alive here? I want you to take your hand and just start connecting to your neck. And just below the neck, like just the neck and just below the neck. And we're just becoming aware of this part of the body. We have eyes that look out forward into the world. It's like eyes go out forward. So when do we focus on our own body? When do we lovingly attend to our own body? Isn't that a curious question? When do we attend with love to our own body? We project out love to our partners and to our parents, and to our school teachers, maybe, and to other people in our world, like the celebrities that we see online and on television and things. I'm from the 80s, so I use the word television. I don't know if kids these days use the word television. Anyway, the point being is, what we're doing right now is we're bringing loving attention to our own body. When do you give yourself time to do this? loving attention to our own body. And you can even like touch and massage it a bit. And notice where in this area of the body feels good to touch or massage. Does it feel alive? Does it feel numb? Bringing attention there. By touching the part of the body which is suffering, we're not ignoring it and we're not attacking it. My God, this tick, this tick's so annoying. Oh, I hate this tick. Rah, 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 rah. We are lovingly going, oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is good. We're allowed to feel that orgasmic in attunement with our own body, right? You're allowed to. You have permission to allow yourself to feel anything and everything you want in the experience of your own being. When it comes to other people, there's things called permissions and boundaries and consent, which is clearly important. But when it comes to your body, you have permission to explore it as you want. Okay? So just massaging this area of the body, lovingly attending to it by just bringing your hand to the area of your neck and head where you are doing the ticking. You are already loving it, and you're already changing the tune. Now, the tune doesn't change overnight. Some people, maybe it does, but not everybody. We have to attend to ourselves. We have to look after ourselves. Loving touch is one of the ways we get to look after ourselves. This is step one, lovingly becoming aware and connecting to this part of the body. It sounds so ridiculous and simple, doesn't it? Yet at the same time, I'm trying to communicate what I want to say without sounding too cheesy. But love is the most powerful force in creation. You don't have to be religious to know that. You can be non-religious to know that love is the greatest force in creation. You know that love brings people together, is powerful in its nature. And what we're doing here is we're bringing some of that love into ourselves by just focusing on the part of us that's in pain. I know, it sounds silly, but it's beautiful. And it works. Maybe not overnight in a flash, because if your mind expects instant gratification, which is what our modern world often is currently encouraged us to exist like, then maybe you're expecting, well, if I touch it, it's gone. It's not gone. Didn't work. No. No, it takes time and love and presence, like anything. Like my bonsai tree. Like this baby here, it takes time to nurture, to love, to attend to grow, to change, right? So when you notice your neck ticking this week, this is what I want you to be doing. Go, oh, my neck, oh, my neck. Oh, my neck, I love you. I love you, neck. Oh, I love you, neck. I know what I'm saying sounds absurd for some of you. For some of you on this video, you're like, yeah, wow, God, it's such a nice reminder that I could actually just do that because I'm so used to loving people out there, I forget to love myself, right? So sometimes we forget this simple thing. But for some of you, you'll be looking at me going, who's this wacky, crazy man? What does this guy know? And I lived with this condition for 20, 25 years until I found out a way to heal it. And what I share now is ways that have worked for me. And it's not just one quick feel, that one specific thing that's worked for me. It's many, many different things that I've changed in my life to be able to rest safely and softly back into my body without this constant need and urge, this obsessive, compulsive need to move. Loving ourselves again is one of the biggest things that we can learn to do, and we are empowered to do, and we can do without forking out thousands of dollars to doctors to try and fix you, you know? This video is full of gold, guys. If you watch this again and watch this again, this video, and watch this again, this video, man, there's gold in here. Gold, baby. I was going to move on to a second part, but actually I quite like the fact that I've just spent an entire 10 minutes talking about loving oneself. So what we can also do when we're here is we can start moving ourselves, moving the neck in the direction of where the tic usually goes, but slower. So, or let's say the tic usually goes like this. I'm just moving my head back really slowly in the same direction whilst breathing in. And breathing out, coming back again. And breathing in. Breathing out. And, you know, we're moving ourselves in the direction of the tic that you do. And you do. And everybody does a slightly different movement depending on their body and their tissue, the fascia tissue, their muscles. So they're going to move slightly different. The urge that's there is slightly different for everybody. But what I'm describing is a way to go into and when you do this, and then breathe out, come back to center. When you do this, you will notice that as you're doing it, oh my God, the urge like becomes really strong. Likely. If you're moving in the same kind of way as the urge, you'll notice the urge is getting really strong, and you just really want to move it. But the game, right, the game that you get to play here is to move it gently and be with the increased like desire of your urge. So we're learning to play on the edge of the urge without giving in to the urge. We're learning to play with the urge without having to do what the urge tells us to do. This is then our opportunity to start reprogramming our habitual behavior. So, 2 steps to this practice. First of all, love thyself. Use your hands to bring loving attention to you. Bring loving attention to you, to the area which is in pain. It doesn't matter where your tic is. Maybe it's your nose, right? Maybe it's your shoulder over here. You start bringing loving attention to the area of your body where you're ticking. 2, move in towards as the shape of the tic that you usually do fast, but do it slower whilst breathing. Come back to center as you breathe out. And notice how you probably won't be able to get, right? You won't be able to really get to the urge, like really get to the itch which is there by doing this practice. But that's not the point of it. The point of it is to practice the experience of moving in the same shape as the urge, experiencing the urge that's there, but not giving into it and doing it really harshly and attacking your body with a fast-moving event. You're learning to soften. You're learning to relax. You're learning to find peace. You're learning to discover yourself. And with more inner exploration and inner discovery as you continue on this path of self-awareness, opening up, you get to find that the intensity and the frequency of the ticking subsides. And when you finish doing that, ground in afterwards. Ground in. Take your feet, ground in. Feel your feet on the floor, your bum on the seat. Ground in. I'm using language which might be new to a lot of people who might watch this video now or in the future. Welcome to this new language. Welcome to new ways of relating to yourself. Because if you're ticking, you have likely quite a poor relationship to your own body. And your ticking is a wake-up call to go, oh, maybe there's more for me to discover or learn here. Ah, that's kind of cool. Yeah. What shall I do? What shall I discover? What shall I do next? Wicked. I would say keep watching the videos on my channel because maybe there's more stuff here for you to discover on your path of healing. And if you really enjoyed this video, or if you just enjoyed this video a little bit, or even if you didn't enjoy this video, please hit a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me as I keep recording these videos and sharing this information for free. And hit subscribe if you'd like to stay in contact going forward too. Sending my love to you from Bali, and I will see you soon. Peace out.